Be me. 28 years old, marketing specialist at a decent tech company. Been working here for 3 years, decent pay, normal job, nothing special. Life is fine, not great, not terrible, just existing. One Monday morning, get called into a meeting with HR. We're getting a new department head, she's starting today. We want you to help show her around. Sure, whatever. I'm good at being the friendly office guy. Wait in the conference room with a few other employees. Door opens and she walks in. My blood runs cold. It's Jessica Chen, the girl I rejected in senior year of high school. She looks completely different now. Back then she was quiet, nerdy, wore glasses, always had her nose in a book. Now she's wearing an expensive suit, designer glasses, hair styled perfectly, radiating confidence. She scans the room and her eyes land on me. There's a flicker of recognition and something else. Something that makes my stomach drop. Hello, everyone. I'm Jessica Chen, your new marketing director. I'm looking forward to working with all of you. Her voice is calm, professional, powerful. Nothing like the shy girl who could barely speak in front of class. After introductions, she asked me to stay behind. Everyone else files out. We're alone in the conference room. She sits down, crosses her legs, looks at me with this unreadable expression. So, fancy meeting you here. Jessica, I didn't know you were the new director. Obviously, or you would have quit already, I imagine. There's ice in her voice. Look, about high school, I was young and stupid, and she holds up her hand. We'll have plenty of time to discuss the past. Right now, I need you to brief me on the current marketing campaigns. She cuts me off completely. Spend the next hour going through presentations while she takes notes. She's sharp, asks questions I don't have answers to, points out flaws in our strategies. I'm sweating by the end of it. That'll be all for now. I'll see you at the team meeting at 3 p.m. Dismissed like a child. I go back to my desk in a daze. My coworker Dave notices. Dude, you look like you've seen a ghost. New boss that scary? You have no idea. Try to focus on work, but my mind keeps going back to senior year. Flashback time. 10 years ago, I was a different person. Captain of the basketball team, popular, dating the head cheerleader, thought I was hot shit basically. Jessica was in my English class, sat in the front row, never talked to anyone. I barely noticed her existence. Until Valentine's Day senior year, I'm at my locker after practice when she approaches me. She's holding a card and a box of homemade cookies. Her face is bright red, hands shaking. Hi, I'm Jessica. We have English together. Yeah, what's up? She takes a deep breath. I really like you, and I was wondering if maybe you'd want to go to the spring dance with me? She's looking at the ground, can barely get the words out. My teammates are watching, snickering. My girlfriend Ashley is standing right there. I should have been kind, should have let her down gently. Instead, I laughed. You're serious? Look, no offense, but you're not really my type. Took the cookies, handed them to Ashley. Here, babe, some admirer made you cookies. My teammates burst out laughing. Jessica's face went from red to white. Tears filled her eyes. She ran off and I heard people laughing in the hallway. Ashley threw the cookies in the trash right in front of her. I didn't think about it again after that day. Just another high school memory. Back to present day. 3 p.m. meeting arrives. Jessica is at the head of the table looking through her tablet. All right, team. I've reviewed all current projects and I have some concerns. She proceeds to tear apart every single campaign. Points out inefficiencies, missed opportunities, poor execution. My project gets destroyed. This campaign has a 12% conversion rate when industry standard is 25%. Can someone explain why we're accepting mediocrity? She's big, looking right at me. We've been working with the budget constraints, and budget isn't the issue here. Creativity is, or rather the lack of it. She pulls up my presentation on the big screen. This tagline is generic, the visuals are uninspired, the target demographic analysis is surface level at best. I'm being humiliated in front of the entire team. I expect a complete revision by end of week. If you need help meeting basic standards, let me know. The way she says it, like I'm incompetent. Meeting ends and everyone's avoiding eye contact with me. Dave whispers, dude, she hates you. What did you do? Long story. Next few days are hell. Jessica finds every opportunity to criticize my work. Sends emails pointing out tiny mistakes. Calls me into her office for feedback sessions that are just her listing everything I do wrong. I'm working 12-hour days trying to meet her impossible standards. Friday afternoon, she calls me to her office. I walk in and she's sitting behind her. Massive desk. Her office is pristine, minimalist, expensive art on the walls. Sit. I sit. She leans back in her chair, studying me. Do you know why I took this position? Because it's a good career opportunity? She laughs, but it's not a happy sound. I had 3 other offers, 2 with higher pay, but I chose this one. She pulls up something on her computer, turns the screen toward me. It's the company directory with my name highlighted. My stomach drops. You came here because of me? Partially. I wanted to see what became of the boy who humiliated me in front of the entire school. She stands up, walks around the desk, leans against it. Imagine my disappointment when I found out you're just mediocre, nothing special, just another corporate drone. The words sting more than they should. Jessica, I'm so sorry about what happened. I was an immature kid. I was cruel and I regret it. Oh, you regret it? Well, that makes everything better, doesn't it? Her voice is dripping with sarcasm. Do you know what happened after that day? I shake my head. I cried for a week straight. I stopped going to school for 3 days. My parents thought something terrible had happened. She's pacing now. I had to face the hallways while people whispered and laughed. Your girlfriend told everyone I was a desperate loser. I didn't know it affected you that badly. Of course you didn't know. You didn't care. I was just a joke to you and your popular friends. She sits on the edge of her desk. I promised myself that day that I would never be weak again. Never let anyone make me feel small. You've clearly succeeded. You're accomplished, successful. You proved everyone wrong. I did, didn't I? Full scholarship to Stanford, MBA from Harvard, worked at Google for 5 years, now I'm here. She lists her achievements like weapons. And you? You went to state school, got a basic marketing degree, bounced around a few companies before landing here. She's researched my entire history. I looked you up before accepting this job, wanted to see if you became someone important, someone who would regret losing the chance to know me. Jessica, but you're not, you're just average, and somehow that makes it worse. I don't know what to say to that. I had a crush on you, did you know that? A stupid teenage crush because you were nice to me once. What? In sophomore year, you picked up my books when someone knocked them out of my hands. You smiled at me and said, "You okay?" And I fell for you like an idiot. I don't even remember that. I spent 2 years building up the courage to ask you out. 2 years imagining what you'd say, how happy I'd be. Her voice cracked slightly. And you didn't even remember who I was when I confessed, did you? I'm sorry, I really am. Your apology means nothing to me. Do you understand? Nothing. She walks back to her chair. Now get out, and I expect that revised campaign on my desk Monday morning. I leave feeling like garbage. Spend the entire weekend working on the campaign. Barely sleep, skip meals, pour everything into making it perfect. Monday morning, I submit it. Hour later, get an email. See me now. Walk to her office with dread. She's got my presentation pulled up. This is better. I feel a spark of hope. But it's still not good enough. The color scheme is off. The demographic targeting needs refinement. And this tagline is trying too hard. She closes the presentation. I'm assigning you to the Hendricks account. The Hendricks account is notorious. They're the most difficult client we have, constantly changing requirements, impossible to please. The last 3 people who handled it quit or got fired. Jessica, that's not fair. I've been busting my tail trying to... Life isn't fair. You taught me that, remember? She smiles, but it doesn't reach her eyes. You have 2 weeks to deliver a full campaign proposal. I expect weekly check-ins. I'm drowning in work now. The Hendricks client is exactly as bad as advertised. They reject every idea, change their minds constantly, add new requirements daily. Jessica schedules check-in meetings where she picks apart every detail. Why did you choose blue? Did you research their brand psychology? This font is too aggressive for their target market. I'm working until midnight every night. My apartment is a disaster. Living on coffee and takeout. Dave tries to help, but there's only so much he can do. Dude, this is borderline harassment. Maybe go to HR? And say what? My boss is being mean to me because I rejected her in high school? When you put it that way, it sounds bad. 2 weeks later, I present to the Hendricks team with Jessica sitting in. They hate it, tear it apart piece by piece. Jessica doesn't defend me or my work, just takes notes. After they leave, she turns to me. That was embarrassing. They're impossible to please. Or you're impossible to satisfy their needs. There's a difference. She stands up. I'm giving you one more chance, new presentation in 1 week. That's not enough time. Then I guess you'll be working overtime, won't you? I snap. Why are you doing this? I said I was sorry. I can't change the past. She walks up to me. We're face to face. You're right, you can't change the past, but I can make sure you understand how it felt to be powerless. This is revenge? That's what this is? Call it what you want. I call it justice. I was a kid, a stupid kid who made a mistake. And I was a girl who got her heart broken and her dignity destroyed. We all have our crosses to bear. I'm shaking with frustration. I've apologized. I've acknowledged I was wrong. What more do you want from me? She studies my face for a long moment. I don't know yet, but I'll figure it out. She walks past me to the door. 1 week, don't disappoint me again. I spend the next week in hell, working 18-hour days, surviving on energy drinks and spite. My health is deteriorating. Dark circles. Under my eyes, losing weight. Mom calls and I sound so exhausted she threatens to drive over. I'm fine, Mom. Just busy with work. You sound terrible, honey. Are you eating? Yes, Mom. Lie. I haven't had a proper meal in days. Finally finished the new presentation. It's good. Maybe the best work I've ever done. Present it to Hendrix with Jessica watching. They're quiet during the whole thing. Then the CEO speaks. This is exactly what we were looking for. I almost collapse with relief. They approve it on the spot. Jessica nods. Excellent work, team. Team? I did this alone. After the meeting, I'm packing up when Jessica approaches. That was acceptable work. Acceptable. Not good, not great, acceptable. The Hendrix account is now yours permanently. What? But that's a promotion of sorts. You'll be handling all their projects going forward. Congratulations. She's smiling like she just gave me a gift. This is a curse. I can't handle all their projects alone. It's too much. Bro, then learn to manage your time better. She walks away. I'm stuck with the account from hell. Next few months are a blur of impossible deadlines and Jessica's constant criticism. She finds new ways to make my life difficult. Assigns me to mentor the new intern while keeping all my other responsibilities. Schedules meetings at 7 a.m. knowing I'm working late every night. Sends urgent emails at 11 p.m. that need responses before morning. I'm barely holding on. My friends notice I've become a zombie. Bro, when's the last time you went out? Can't remember, honestly. You need to quit that job, man. It's killing you. I can't afford to quit. I need the reference, the experience. Is it worth your sanity, though? Good question. One particularly bad day, I make a mistake in a client email. Sent the wrong attachment. Nothing major. Easily fixable. Jessica calls me into her office. This is unacceptable. It was a simple mistake. I corrected it immediately. Simple mistakes cost companies millions. You should know better. I'm human, Jessica. I'm working 80-hour weeks. I'm bound to make mistakes. Then maybe you're not cut out for this job. The threat hangs in the air. Are you going to fire me? Is that what this is building to? She leans back in her chair. Fire you? No, that would be too easy. I want you to quit. I want you to break. Finally admitting it. Why? What does this accomplish? Does it make you feel better? Sometimes, yes, it does. At least she's honest. I was in love with you. Did you know that? Not just a crush, actual love. Her voice is quieter now. I planned our entire future in my head. Imagined what it would be like to date you, to be seen with you, Jessica. And you crushed all of that in front of everyone. Made me feel worthless. She's not looking at me anymore. After that, I promised myself I'd never be vulnerable again. I'd never let anyone have power over me. So you became the one with power. Exactly, and it feels good, finally being the one in control. I slump in my chair. I can't keep doing this. I'm exhausted. I'm burnt out. I have nothing left. Then quit. You'd like that, wouldn't you? To break me completely? Part of me would, yes. Her honesty is almost refreshing. But another part of me wonders if you've actually learned anything. I've learned that high school mistakes can haunt you forever. Good, that's a start. She dismisses me. I go home and just sit in my apartment staring at the wall. My phone buzzes. It's an email from Jessica. Subject line, new project assignment. I don't even want to open it, but I do. It's the biggest client pitch of the year. If I land it, I'll basically be guaranteed a senior position. If I fail, I'll probably get fired. The presentation is in 3 weeks. She's setting me up for either my biggest success or most spectacular failure. I should quit, should walk away, should preserve what's left of my sanity, but something in me refuses to give her the satisfaction. If she wants to break me, she's going to have to try harder. I start working on the pitch, pour every ounce of knowledge, creativity, and desperation into it. Research for 16 hours straight, create mock-ups, run focus groups, Dave helps when he can, but this is mostly on me. Dude, why are you killing yourself for someone who clearly hates you? Because I need to prove I'm not the same person I was in high school. To her or to yourself, both probably. 2 weeks in and I'm making progress. The pitch is coming together, it's actually good. Jessica hasn't said anything about it yet, no feedback, no check-ins. Radio silence, which is somehow worse than criticism. 1 week before the presentation, she finally calls a meeting. I present my work so far. She watches in silence. When I finish, she just stares at the screen. This is impressive. I wait for the other shoe to drop. I mean it, this is actually very good work. Am I hallucinating from sleep deprivation? You think so? I do, the client will be impressed. She closes her laptop. But I think you can do better, push it further, make it unforgettable. There it is. I've already pushed it as far as I can. No, you haven't. You're playing it safe, scared of failing, so you're aiming for good instead of great. She's reading me like a book. Take a risk. Show me something I haven't seen before. She leaves, and I'm alone with my presentation. She's right, and I hate that. I've been playing it safe. Spend the next week completely redesigning parts of it, adding bold choices, risky elements, things that could either wow them or crash and burn. The night before the presentation, I finally finish. It's 4 a.m., I haven't slept in 36 hours, I look like death. But the presentation is ready. It's either going to be my masterpiece or my funeral. Show up to the office at 8 a.m. running on pure anxiety. The client arrives at 10 a.m. They're a major retail corporation. Landing them would be huge for the company. Jessica's there, along with the CEO and other executives. No pressure or anything. I start the presentation. My voice is steady despite my nerves. I can see their faces changing as I go through it. They're engaged, interested, excited. I present the risky elements and hold my breath. The CEO leans forward. When I finish, there's a moment of silence. Then they start asking questions, good questions, interested questions. We discuss for an hour. Finally, the CEO stands up. This is exactly the fresh perspective we've been looking for. We're in. They're in. I just landed the biggest client of my career. Everyone's shaking my hand, congratulating me. Jessica is watching from the side with an unreadable expression. After everyone leaves, she approaches me. Well done. Thanks. I mean it. That was exceptional work. You exceeded my expectations. Coming from her, this feels like winning the lottery. Does this mean you'll ease up on me? She considers this. We'll see. Don't get comfortable. But there's something different in her tone. Less ice, more something else I can't identify. Over the next week, things shift slightly. She's still demanding, still critical, but there's less venom in it. More like she's actually trying to make me better instead of break me. I'm still working insane hours, but it feels different somehow. Dave notices too. Did you and Ice Queen make peace or something? I don't know what we are, honestly. Friday afternoon, Jessica calls me to her office. Here we go again. I walk in and she's got 2 coffee cups on her desk. Sit, have coffee. This is new. I sit, take the coffee. It's actually good coffee, not the office swill. I've been thinking about our situation. Oh no. When I took this job, I had specific intentions. I wanted revenge. I wanted to make you suffer the way I suffered. She's being remarkably honest. But watching you these past months, seeing you push yourself, exceed expectations, refuse to break. She pauses. It made me realize something. You're not the same person who rejected me in high school. I've been trying to tell you that. I know, but I needed to see it for myself, needed to test you. So this was all a test? Partially, and partially revenge. I'm not going to lie about that. At least she's honest. Where does this leave us? I don't know yet. I'm still angry about what happened, still hurt by it. She's staring into her coffee. But I'm also tired of carrying this anger, tired of letting high school define me. So what do we do? I don't know. Maybe we start over, professionally at least. She extends her hand across the desk. I'm Jessica Chen, Marketing Director. Pleased to work with you. I shake her hand. I'm me, Senior Marketing Specialist. Pleased to work with you too. It's a small moment, but it feels significant. Maybe things will get better. Maybe I can finally breathe. Or maybe this is just the eye of the storm. My face when the girl I rejected in high school became my boss and made my life a living hell for months. That feeling when you realize your past mistakes can come back to haunt you in the worst possible way. Be me. Few weeks after the professional reset with Jessica, Things have been marginally better. She's still demanding, but less cruel about it. Actually get a full weekend off for the first time in months. Feel like a normal human being again. Monday morning, walk into the office feeling almost optimistic. Big mistake. There's a new girl sitting at the desk next to mine. She's young, probably 23, dressed professionally, typing away. "Oh, hi, you must be the senior specialist Jessica told me about. I'm Rachel, the new junior marketing associate." She's bubbly and enthusiastic. "Nice to meet you. Welcome to the team." Jessica said I'll be working closely with you. I'm so excited to learn from someone experienced. Alarm bells going off. Jessica assigned someone to work with me without telling me? Get an email. Morning meeting, my office, now. Walk in and Jessica's sitting there with a slight smile. "I see you've met Rachel. You didn't tell me we were hiring someone new. I'm telling you now, Rachel will be your partner on all major projects going forward. I work better alone." "That's exactly why you need a partner. You've been overworking yourself." She sounds almost concerned, but I know better. Rachel is fresh out of college, top of her class, very eager to learn. "So I'm babysitting now?" "You're mentoring, there's a difference. Consider it leadership training. This is another test, another way to make my job harder." "Fine. Anything else?" "Yes, we're having a team-building retreat next month. Mandatory attendance. It's a weekend at a resort upstate. I hate team-building exercises." "Mandatory?" "Mandatory. I'll be sending details later. That's all." Go back to my desk and Rachel's already pulled her chair over. "So what are we working on today? Jessica said you just landed a huge client. That's so impressive." She's like a golden retriever in human form. Spend the day trying to work while Rachel asks a million questions. "Why did you choose that? Color palette? What's the demographic research process? How do you pitch to clients?" It's exhausting, but she's genuine and actually smart. Reminds me of Jessica before I crushed her spirit. That thought makes me uncomfortable. Over the next few weeks, Rachel becomes a permanent fixture. She's actually helpful once she learns the ropes. Brings coffee, catches mistakes I miss, offers fresh perspectives. What if we approached it from this angle instead? Sometimes her ideas are actually better than mine. Jessica watches our partnership with interest, calls me into her office one afternoon. "Rachel speaks highly of you. She's a good kid, learns fast. She reminds me of someone." The implication hangs in the air. "Jessica, I know what you're doing." "What am I doing?" "Using her to remind me of you, of what I did." She doesn't deny it. "Is it working?" "Yes, every time she asks me a question with that eager expression, I think about how you must have felt." "Good, then my plan is working." She dismisses me. The team-building retreat arrives. We all pile into vans and drive 3 hours to some fancy resort. There's trust falls and group activities and forced bonding. I'm miserable. Jessica seems to be enjoying my discomfort. Evening of the first day, there's a cocktail reception. Open bar, everyone's getting tipsy, guard coming down. I'm nursing a beer in the corner when Rachel bounces over. "This place is amazing. Have you seen the spa? We should totally get massages tomorrow." "Maybe." "You're so serious all the time. You should relax more." Jessica appears next to us. He's always been serious, even in high school. Rachel's eyes go wide. "You guys went to high school together? That's so cool." "Cool isn't the word I'd use," Jessica says. There's tension, and Rachel picks up on it. "Oh, I'm gonna get another drink." She scurries away. Jessica and I are alone in the corner. "You're gonna tell her, aren't you? About what I did?" "Why would I do that?" "To turn her against me, to make me look bad." She takes a sip of her wine. "I don't need to tell her anything. Your guilty conscience is doing that for me." She's right, and I hate it. Besides, Rachel thinks you're wonderful. Destroying that illusion would be cruel. The irony isn't lost on me. Later that night, there's a bonfire and team activities. Someone suggests truth or dare like we're teenagers. I try to leave, but Jessica volunteers me. "He'll play, won't you?" Trapped. Sit in the circle, mostly juniors and associates, few seniors. Dave's there, shoots me a sympathetic look. Game starts innocently enough. Then someone asks Jessica, "Truth or dare?" "Truth." "What's the most embarrassing thing that happened to you in high school?" The entire circle goes quiet. Jessica looks directly at me. "I confessed to my crush in front of his friends and got rejected brutally. It was humiliating." People make sympathetic noises. Rachel: "That's so sad. What happened to the guy?" "Oh, he's around." She's still looking at me. A few people follow her gaze. The dots are connecting for some of them. My turn comes up. Truth or dare? Truth. Might as well own it. Someone asks, what's your biggest regret? I could lie, could deflect, but I'm tired of running from it. How I treated someone in high school. I was cruel when I should have been kind. Jessica's expression is unreadable. The game continues, but the mood has shifted. Later that night, can't sleep. Go for a walk around the resort grounds. Find Jessica sitting by the lake alone. Should turn around, but my feet keep walking toward her. Can't sleep either? She asks without turning around. Too much on my mind. Join the club. I sit on the bench next to her, leaving space between us. We sit in silence for a while. I'm sorry, I finally say. You've said that before. I know, but I need to say it again. I need you to understand that I truly regret what I did. Do you regret hurting me or regret getting caught? Both honestly, but mostly hurting you. She's quiet for a long time. I spent years imagining this moment, imagining you apologizing, begging for forgiveness. And now that it's happening, it feels hollow, like it doesn't change anything. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe some things can't be fixed. Maybe. We watch the moonlight on the water. I wasn't exaggerating when I said I loved you, she says quietly. You were my first real crush, first time I felt that kind of intensity. I'm sorry I didn't handle it better. You were a kid, we both were. I just wish it hadn't hurt so much. This is the most vulnerable I've seen her since she became my boss. For what it's worth, high school me was an idiot. You deserved better. I know I did. That's why I became better. She stands up. We should get back. Early session tomorrow. We walk back in silence. At the fork in the path, she stops. Thank you for the apology, even if it doesn't fix anything. Thank you for listening. She nods and walks toward her cabin. Next day, team building continues. There's a group challenge where we have to work together to solve puzzles. Jessica and I end up partnered together. It's awkward at first, but we find a rhythm. She's brilliant at strategy. I'm good at execution. We actually win the challenge. Our team cheers. Rachel's jumping up and down. Jessica and I exchange a look. Maybe we can work together without destroying each other. Back at the office the following week, things shift again. Jessica's still tough, but there's a new dynamic. Less adversarial, more collaborative. She still pushes me, but it feels like she's pushing me to improve, not to break. Rachel notices. You and Jessica seem to get along better now. We're finding a rhythm. That's good. She's actually really nice once you get to know her. If only Rachel knew the full story. A few weeks later, I'm working late when Jessica stops by my desk. Still here? Finishing up the Morrison proposal. How's it coming? Good. Should be ready by tomorrow. She looks at my screen, nods. Take a break. You've been staring at that for hours. This is new, her caring about my well-being. I'm fine. You're not fine. You're going to burn out. Trust me, I know the signs. She sits on the edge of my desk. I pushed you hard these past months, maybe too hard. I survived. Barely. I saw you deteriorating. Saw the dark circles, the weight loss, the exhaustion. Was that not the point? At first, yes, but then I realized I was becoming the bully, becoming the person who hurt others. She's being remarkably self-aware. I don't want to be that person anymore. So what do you want? I want to move forward, not forget what happened, but stop letting it control me. I'd like that too. She stands up. Go home, get some sleep. The proposal can wait until tomorrow. Yes, boss. She smiles, actually smiles. Good night. Good night, Jessica. Over the next month, we develop something like friendship. Still, professional, still boss and employee, but with mutual respect. She invites me to strategy sessions, values my input. I bring her ideas, and she actually listens. Rachel's thrilled by the new dynamic. You two are like the dream team now. Dave's skeptical. Dude, are you sure this isn't another trap? I don't think so. She seems genuine. Just be careful, man. People don't change overnight. He has a point. Company holiday party arrives. Fancy venue, open bar, everyone dressed up. Jessica arrives in a stunning dress, turns heads. She's come a long way from the shy girl in glasses. Spend most of the party networking with clients. Later in the evening, find Jessica on the balcony alone. She's looking out at the city lights. Hiding from the party? Taking a break, socializing is exhausting. I thought you'd be in your element. You're so good at it now. It's a learned skill, doesn't mean I enjoy it. I join her at the railing. Can I ask you something? Sure. Why did you really take this job? Was it really just about me? She considers the question. Partially, but also because it was a good opportunity. I'm not so obsessed that I'd sabotage my career. But you did come here knowing I worked here. Yes, I wanted closure, wanted to confront the person who hurt me. Did you get it? The closure? I'm getting there. Turns out revenge isn't as satisfying as I imagined. What is satisfying? This actually, working with someone competent, building something good. She turns to look at me. You've grown a lot these past months, not just professionally. So have you? You're less terrifying now. She laughs. Only slightly less terrifying, don't get comfortable. We're standing close, city lights reflecting in her eyes. There's a moment, a tension. Then Rachel bursts onto the balcony. There you guys are. They're doing karaoke inside. Jessica, you have to sing. Moment broken. Jessica rolls her eyes but lets Rachel drag her inside. I follow, watching Jessica get pushed toward the karaoke machine. She picks up the mic, looks directly at me. Sings some pop ballad. She's actually got a good voice. The whole office is cheering. When she finishes, she's laughing, genuinely happy. It's a good look on her. Party winds down, people start leaving. Jessica and I end up sharing a cab since we live in the same direction. Sit in comfortable silence as the city passes by. Thank you, she says suddenly. For what? For not quitting. For staying even when I made it unbearable. Thank you for pushing me to be better. We're quite the pair, aren't we? Guess so. Cab stops at her building first. She gets out, leans back through the window. See you Monday. See you Monday. She walks into her building and I continue home. Things are changing between us. Not sure what it means yet, but it feels like progress. Monday morning walk in and there's a coffee on my desk. The good kind from the expensive place. Note attached. For surviving my management. Style, J. Look over at Jessica's office. She's on a call but catches my eye and nods. I raise the coffee and thanks. Rachel sees the exchange. You guys are so cute together. We're not together. She's my boss. Sure, keep telling yourself that. What is she implying? Next few weeks there are small changes. Jessica asks my opinion more. We have lunch meetings that turn into actual conversations. She tells me about her time at Stanford, her struggles, her triumphs. I tell her about my mediocre college experience, my career struggles. We're actually getting to know each other as people. One day she mentions an art gallery opening. I have an extra ticket if you're interested. It's contemporary art, might be terrible. Are you asking me to hang out outside of work? I'm asking if you want to see potentially terrible art. It's networking. Sure, I'll go. Good, Saturday at 7. Is this a date? It's not a date. It's definitely not a date. Saturday arrives, meet her at the gallery. She's dressed casually, jeans and a nice top. I've never seen her in jeans. You look different. I'm not at work. I'm allowed to be human. The art is indeed terrible. We spend 2 hours making fun of pretentious installations. This piece represents the duality of modern existence, the artist explains. It's a chair with spaghetti on it, Jessica whispers to me. We're trying not to laugh. After the gallery, we grab dinner at a nearby restaurant. Conversation flows easily. She's funny, sarcastic, smart. I'm seeing sides of her I never knew existed. You know, you're nothing like I expected, I tell her. What did you expect? I don't know, more ice queen, less actual person. I can be both. It's called range. She's smiling though. Can I ask you something personal? Depends on the question. Did you date anyone after high school? After what happened? Her expression shifts. A few people, nothing serious. Turns out trust issues make relationships difficult. I'm sorry, I contributed to that. Stop apologizing. We've moved past that, remember? Have we? She considers this. We're moving past it. It's a process. Fair enough. Walk her home after dinner. Her building is nice, doorman and everything. Thanks for tonight. I actually had fun. Me too. We should do it again sometime. Like a regular thing? If you want. I'd like that. She smiles and heads inside. Walk home wondering what just happened. Did I just make plans to hang out with my boss? The boss who spent months making my life hell? The girl I rejected in high school? This is complicated. Monday morning, things feel different. There's an ease between us now. Jessica stops by my desk with coffee. Morning. Morning. Thanks for Saturday. We should check out that new exhibit at the Modern Art Museum next week. Another terrible art adventure? Exactly. Rachel's watching us with a knowing smile. Dave pulls me aside later. Dude, what's going on with you and Jessica? Nothing. We're just becoming friends. Friends? She literally tortured you for months. People change. Situations change. Just be careful, man. This could blow up in your face. Maybe he's right. Maybe I'm being stupid. But for the first time in months, I'm actually enjoying work. Jessica and I become a real team. We strategize together, pitch together, win clients together. The company notices. CEO pulls me aside. Whatever you and Jessica are doing, keep doing it. Results have never been better. Will do, sir. Our weekend hangouts become routine. Museums, restaurants, sometimes just coffee and walking around the city. We talk about everything except high school. That's still off limits by unspoken agreement. One evening we're at a bookstore, browsing. Jessica picks up a romance novel, reads the back, laughs. These are so unrealistic. You don't believe in romance? I believe in compatibility and effort. Romance is just the packaging. That's cynical. That's realistic. She puts the book back. Besides, romance requires vulnerability, and I'm not good at that. You're vulnerable with me. She looks surprised. I guess I am. When did that happen? Gradually, over terrible art and expensive coffee. She smiles. You're different than you were too. More thoughtful, less arrogant. Getting humbled by your boss will do that. I wasn't that bad. Jessica, you literally made me work 80-hour weeks. Character building. We're both laughing now. It feels natural, easy, right? A few weeks later, company announces promotions. I'm being made director of client relations. Jessica recommended me. You earned it, she says when I thank her. I couldn't have done it without you pushing me. True, but you did the work. There's pride in her voice. Celebration drinks with the team. Everyone's congratulating me. Rachel's crying happy tears. I'm so proud. You're like my work dad. Please don't call me work dad. Later, Jessica and I are at the bar. To your promotion, she toasts. To surviving your management style. We clink glasses. I have a confession, she says. Oh no. When I first started, I wanted to break you, wanted to make you quit. I know. But somewhere along the way that changed. I started wanting you to succeed. When did it change? The Hendricks presentation, when you refused to give up, when you pushed yourself beyond what I thought possible. I did that because I refused to let you win. I know, and that's when I realized you weren't the same person from high school. We're looking at each other. I'm glad I didn't break you. I'm glad you tried. There's definitely something happening here. Something beyond boss and employee, beyond revenge and forgiveness. Something new. My face when my high school mistake came back as my boss and tortured me, but we're becoming something like friends. That feeling when the person who wanted to destroy you ends up making you better. Beamy. 3 months after my promotion to director. Things with Jessica have been confusing as hell. We're hanging out constantly, texting outside work, inside jokes, the whole thing, but neither of us has acknowledged what's actually happening. Rachel's been giving me looks. When are you going to ask her out? Ask who out? Jessica, obviously. You guys are basically dating already. She's my colleague. It would be inappropriate. You're both directors now. You're equals. What's inappropriate? She has a point, but I'm terrified. Asking out Jessica feels like tempting fate. What if she says no? What if this ruins the friendship we've built? What if it's just another test? Dave agrees with Rachel, though. Dude, she's clearly into you. The way she looks at you, the coffee every morning, the weekend hangouts. Or she's just being friendly. Nobody is that friendly with someone they tortured for months unless there's something there. I'm overthinking this. Friday evening, Jessica stops by my office. Hey, there's this wine tasting thing tomorrow. Want to come? Another weekend adventure? Unless you have plans. No plans, I'm in. Great, I'll text you the address. She leaves and I'm staring at my computer wondering if this is a date. Rachel pops her head in. That was a date invitation. It was a wine tasting invitation. Same thing. You need to make a move? I don't even know if she's interested like that. Are you blind? She literally brings you coffee every morning. That's just being nice. Rachel throws her hands up. Men are so dumb. She storms off. Saturday arrives. Meet Jessica at the wine tasting venue. It's intimate. Only about 20 people, dim lighting, romantic music. This feels like a date. Jessica's wearing a dress, makeup, heels. She never dresses up like this for our hangouts. You look nice, I managed to say. Thanks, you clean up well too. We're both dressed up, both nervous, both pretending this is casual. Wine tasting starts. We sample reds and whites. Jessica knows a lot about wine, apparently. This is a Pinot Noir from Napa Valley. You can taste the oak. I just taste wine, she laughs. You have no refined palate. Never claimed to. We're standing close, arms touching. After the tasting, we walk through the city. It's a nice evening, warm breeze, street musicians playing. This was fun, Jessica says. Yeah, it was. We've been doing this a lot lately, hanging out. Is that a problem? No, it's just different. I didn't expect this when I took the job. Expect what? She stops walking, turns to face me. This, us, whatever this is, here it is, the conversation we've been avoiding. What do you think this is? I don't know. That's the problem. I can't read you. You? The woman who psychologically tortured me? Can't read me? Don't make me laugh. I'm trying to be serious. But she's smiling. Jessica, I enjoy spending time with you. I look forward to seeing you. I think about you when you're not around. That sounds suspiciously like feelings. Maybe it is. She's quiet for a long moment. This is complicated. I know. We have history. Bad history. I know. I spent months hating you, wanting to hurt you. I know that too. And now I can't stop thinking about you, and it's infuriating. She's frustrated, pacing. I built my entire personality around not being vulnerable, not letting people hurt me. I'm not trying to hurt you. I know, but what if you do anyway? What if this is a mistake? I step closer to her. What if it's not? What if we're both overthinking this? We're definitely overthinking this. So what do we do? She looks up at me. We're standing very close now. I don't know. This wasn't part of my revenge plan. Maybe it's time to stop planning and just see what happens. That's very unlike you. You love planning. I'm learning to be spontaneous. This is a terrible idea, she whispers. Probably. We could ruin everything we've built. We could. I'm still angry about high school sometimes. I know. She reaches up, touches my face. But I also really want to kiss you right now. So kiss me. And she does. It's soft at first, tentative, like we're both afraid. Then deeper, more certain. When we pull apart, we're both breathing hard. Well, Jessica says. Well, this complicates things. Definitely. We're both grinning like idiots. Want to get dinner? I ask. Like a date? Like a date. About time. We find a quiet restaurant, sit across from each other. It's different now, charged with possibility. So how do we do this? Jessica asks. Do what? Date, relationship, whatever this becomes. Carefully, I guess. We work together, so we need to be professional. I can do professional. I've been professional with you for months. You tortured me for months. Professionally tortured you. We're both laughing. Seriously, though, we need ground rules, she says. Okay, rule 1, no bringing work problems into the relationship. Rule 2, no bringing relationship problems into work. Rule 3, we tell HR, do this properly. She nods. Rule 4, you're not allowed to hold high school over my head forever. I make no promises. Jessica, fine, Rule 4 accepted, but I reserve the right to bring it up occasionally. I can live with that. We spend dinner planning like it's a business strategy, which I guess is very us. Should we tell people at work, I ask? Eventually, but let's figure out what this is first. Fair enough. Walk her home after dinner. At her door, she hesitates. Do you want to come up? Are you sure? No, but I want you to anyway. Her apartment is beautiful, minimalist, expensive art on the walls. Very Jessica. We sit on her couch, there's nervous energy. I haven't done this in a while, she admits. Done what? Let someone in, literally and figuratively. We can take this slow. I don't want slow, I've been slow for months. I want to just be with you. She kisses me again. We spend the night talking, kissing, learning each other. No rushing, just existing together. Wake up on her couch in the morning. She's curled against me. She looks peaceful, younger, less guarded. She stirs, opens her eyes. Morning. Morning. Sleep okay? Better than I have in years. We make breakfast together. It's domestic and strange and nice. So this is happening, Jessica says over coffee. Seems like it. I'm terrified. Me too. But good terrified? Yeah, good terrified. Monday morning at work is surreal, trying to act normal when everything has changed. Jessica brings me coffee like always. Morning, director. Morning, director. We're both trying not to smile too much. Rachel notices immediately. Oh my God, something happened. Nothing happened. You're both glowing. You finally did it, didn't you? Did what? Got together. I knew it. She's way too excited. Rachel, keep it down. I'm just happy for you guys. This is like a romance novel. It's really not. It totally is. Enemies to lovers, second chance romance, workplace romance. She's listing tropes. Dave's reaction is more skeptical. You're dating the woman who made your life hell? She's different now. We're different. If you say so, man, just don't come crying to me when it implodes. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I'm serious, though. Be careful. Mixing work and romance is risky. He's not wrong. First few weeks of dating are amazing. We're still keeping it quiet at work, but outside we're inseparable. Dinners, movies, long walks, hours of conversation, learning everything about each other. Jessica tells me about her time after high school. I went to Stanford angry, channeled all that hurt into studying, became obsessed with success. Clearly worked. Yeah, but I lost myself somewhere. Became so focused on achievement, I forgot how to just be. You're being now. I'm trying. I tell her about my mediocre college years. I peaked in high school, spent college and my 20s trying to recapture that feeling of being popular, of mattering, of being important to people. You matter now. To who? To me, to Rachel, to the team. You matter. It's the nicest thing anyone said to me. 1 month into dating, Jessica invites me to meet her parents. They're in town for the weekend. I told them I'm seeing someone. What did you tell them about me? That you're a colleague, that we have history, that I'm happy. Did you mention the high school thing? Not in detail, just said we knew each other before. Meeting her parents is terrifying. They're accomplished professors, intimidating, protective of their daughter. Her mom eyes me suspiciously. So you're the young man Jessica's been spending time with? Yes, ma'am. Jessica doesn't bring people to meet us. You must be special. Her dad is more direct. What are your intentions with our daughter? Dad! Jessica's mortified. It's a fair question. I care about Jessica very much, sir. I want to see where this goes. He studies me for a long moment. Jessica says you knew each other in high school. Oh, no. Yes, sir, we did. She also said you weren't very nice to her back then. Jessica must have told them something. I wasn't. I was young and stupid and I hurt her. I regret that deeply. Her mom's expression softens. He knows, she says to her husband. Knows what? Jessica asks. That he screwed up, that he's lucky to have a second chance. Her dad nods. Jessica's been hurt enough. If you hurt her again, I'll make your life very difficult. I understand, sir. Dinner is less tense after that. Her parents warm up, tell embarrassing stories about Jessica. She was so shy as a child, wouldn't speak to anyone outside the family. Mom, stop. Then in high school, she came home crying one day and refused to talk about it. The table goes quiet. Jessica's looking at her plate. That was my fault, I say quietly. Her mom reaches over, pats my hand. The fact that you acknowledge it says something. Not everyone can admit their mistakes. After dinner, Jessica's parents pull her aside. I can hear them talking in the other room. He seems genuine. He is. He's different now. Are you sure about this, given the history? I'm sure. He makes me happy, Mom. Hearing her say that makes everything worth it. They leave and Jessica comes back looking relieved. That went better than expected. Your dad threatened me. He threatens everyone I date. You got off easy. We curl up on her couch. My parents liked you. They were terrifying. They're professors. It's their default setting. At least they approve. They do. My mom texted me that she thinks you're good for me. I'm trying to be. She kisses me. You are. Work gets complicated when we finally tell HR. They have policies about workplace relationships. Need to sign disclosures, ensure there's no conflict of interest. Since we're both directors in different areas, it's allowed but monitored. This is so official, Jessica says as we sign forms. Very official. No going back now. Did you want to go back? Not even a little. Telling the team is easier. Most people suspect it anyway. Rachel cries happy tears again. I knew it. I called it months ago. Dave just shakes his head. You're both crazy, but I'm happy for you. CEO calls us both into his office. Heard you two are an item now. We nod. Good. You work well together. Just keep it professional at work and we won't have issues. Yes, sir. Also, Chen, stop bringing him coffee every morning. People talk. Jessica fights a smile. Noted, sir. 6 months into the relationship, things are good. Really good. We're domestic now, spending weekends at each other's places. She has a drawer at my apartment. I have a toothbrush at hers. We grocery shop together, cook together, fall asleep watching movies. It's normal and boring and perfect. One lazy Sunday, Jessica's reading on the couch. I'm working on a presentation. She looks over. Do you ever think about high school? Sometimes. Why? I do too. Less than before, but still sometimes. Does it still hurt? She considers this. Not like it used to, more like a scar. You know it's there, but it doesn't ache anymore. I'm glad. I am too. I spent so long being angry. It's nice to just be happy. She puts down her book. I need to tell you something. My stomach drops. What? When I first took this job, I had this whole revenge fantasy planned out. I know, you've told me. No, I mean detailed. I was going to make you miserable, make you quit, ruin your career if I could. This is news. How far were you planning to take it? Pretty far. I had a whole timeline, escalating difficulties, impossible standards, public humiliation. That's intense. I was angry for a long time. What changed? You didn't break, didn't quit, didn't become bitter. She moves closer. You just kept trying, kept improving, kept being decent, even when I was terrible. I didn't have much choice. You did, though. You could have quit, could have reported me to HR, could have fought back. Would that have made it better? No, it would have confirmed everything I believed about you. She's looking at me with those intense eyes. Instead, you proved me wrong, showed me you weren't that person anymore. I'm glad I did. Me too, because it's the best thing that's happened to me. We kiss, soft and sweet. I love you, she says. First time she said it, I love you too, even though I tortured you, even though I wanted to ruin your life, even though you're either very forgiving or very stupid, maybe both. She laughs, that genuine laugh I've come to love. 1 year anniversary of us dating. Jessica plans a surprise dinner at the restaurant where we had our first date. She's dressed up, nervous, keeps fidgeting. Are you okay? I'm fine, just wanted tonight to be special. Dinner's amazing. We talk and laugh and remember the past year. Remember when you brought me coffee for the first time as a peace offering? I ask. I remember you looking at it suspiciously like it might be poisoned. Can you blame me? You've been making my life hell. Fair point. After dinner, she seems nervous. Want to take a walk? Sure. We end up at the park near her apartment. She stops at a bench. This is where I used to sit after work, before you. Yeah? I'd sit here and think about my revenge plans, about making you suffer. Dark. I know, but then we started hanging out and I'd sit here thinking about you differently. She's really nervous now. Jessica, what's going on? She takes a deep breath. I'm not good at this, at being vulnerable, at taking risks. I know, but you make me want to be brave. She reaches into her purse, pulls out a small box. My heart stops. Jessica, let me finish. I had a whole speech planned. She opens the box. It's a watch, expensive, beautiful, not a ring. Oh, she laughs at my expression. Did you think I was proposing? Maybe. We've been dating a year, that's too fast. Right, yeah, too fast. I'm relieved and disappointed at the same time. This is a different kind of promise, she says. She takes out the watch, shows me the engraving. Time moves forward, so do we. It's perfect. I'm giving you this to symbolize that we're not stuck in the past anymore. Jessica, I love it. We've both spent too long looking backward, being defined by our mistakes. She puts the watch on my wrist. So this is my promise that I'm done punishing you, done punishing myself. We're moving forward. Together, if you'll have me. I pull her close. Always. We kiss under the streetlights. Though for the record, she says, pulling back. Yeah? When I do propose, it'll be way more elaborate than a park bench. When you propose? You think I'm letting you do it? After you rejected me the first time? Fair point. I'm a planner. I'll make it perfect. I look forward to it. We walk home hand in hand. 2 years later. Jessica and I are living together now. Nice apartment. Merged our lives completely. Work is going great. We're both up for VP positions. Rachel got promoted to senior associate, still cries at everything. Dave finally admits we're good together. I was wrong about you two. You make it work. Thanks, man. Though I'll never understand how you went from enemies to this. Neither do we, honestly. One Saturday morning, wake up to Jessica already dressed. Where are you going? Nowhere. Get dressed. We're going out. Where? It's a surprise. She drives us out of the city. We end up at our old high school. Why are we here? You'll see. We walk to the parking lot where I rejected her. My locker was right there, almost exactly where we're standing. This is where it happened, she says. Jessica, I know we said we'd move forward, but I needed to come back here once. Why? To show myself that it doesn't hurt anymore. She's looking at the spot. I used to imagine coming back here with you, making you apologize properly. I will, right now. I'm so sorry for what I did here. I know you are. She turns to me. But that's not why I brought you here. She reaches into her jacket, pulls out a small box, a ring box. You said you'd make it elaborate, I managed to say. This is elaborate? I brought you back to where it all started. She opens the box. 10 years ago, you rejected me in this parking lot. Jessica, today I'm asking you to accept me, all of me, the good and the bad and the vindictive parts. She's got tears in her eyes. Will you marry me? I'm crying now too. Yes, absolutely yes. She slides the ring on my finger. We're both crying and laughing. I can't believe you proposed at our high school. I told you I'm a planner, full circle closure. You're ridiculous. You're marrying me, so you're ridiculous too. We kiss in the parking lot where it all went wrong, where she asked me out and I said no, where I broke her heart, where this whole mess started. Think teenage me would believe this? She asks. Not a chance. Good. Teenage me was too hopeful. She needed disappointment to become who she is. No regrets? About us? Never. About that haircut sophomore year? Absolutely. We're both laughing. Drive home engaged. Call our families. Everyone's thrilled. Her dad. Took you long enough. My mom. I always knew you two would end up together. Mom, you didn't even know she existed until last year. Mother's intuition. Monday at work, we announce it. Rachel screams, I'm going to be at your wedding, right? I have to be at your wedding. You're invited, Rachel. Can I give a speech? I have so much to say about you two. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Dave gives me a hug. Congrats, man. You did good. Thanks. Who would have thought the woman who tortured you would become your wife? Not me, that's for sure. Wedding. Planning is exactly what you'd expect. Jessica has spreadsheets, timelines, contingency plans. Do we really need 3 backup caterers? What if the first 2 cancel? That's statistically unlikely, but not impossible. She's stressing over every detail. I just want to marry her. The big day arrives. Nice venue, all our friends and family. I'm waiting at the altar, nervous as hell. Then the music starts and she appears. Beautiful doesn't cover it. She's radiant, confident, perfect. Nothing like the shy girl from high school. Everything like the woman I love. We say our vows, hers. I promise to love you, challenge you, occasionally torture you with impossible deadlines. Everyone laughs. I promise to remember where we came from, but never let it define where we're going. Mine. I promise to deserve you every single day, to be worthy of this second chance. I promise to bring you coffee every morning and listen to you explain wine varietals I'll never understand. I promise to love you forever, even when you're being a perfectionist about spreadsheets. We kiss as husband and wife. The crowd cheers. Rachel's sobbing in the front row. Reception is perfect. First dance is to some song Jessica picked. I can't believe we're married, she says. Neither can I. Sometimes I think about that day in high school and wonder what would have happened if you'd said yes. We probably would have dated for a few months and broken up. Probably we weren't ready for each other then. But we are now. We are now. Speeches happen. Rachel gives an emotional toast about love and second chances. Dave jokes about Stockholm Syndrome. Jessica's dad tells embarrassing stories. My mom cries through her entire speech. Later in the evening, Jessica and I sneak away to the balcony. Happy? I ask. Incredibly, you? Never been happier. She leans against me. Thank you for not giving up on us, even when I was awful. Thank you for pushing me to be better. We're quite the team? Best team? We watch the party through the window, all our favorite people celebrating us. I love our story, Jessica says. Really? The one where I broke your heart and you tortured me for months? That's the one. It's messy and imperfect and real. Just like us. We kiss as fireworks go off in the distance. Perfectly timed, definitely planned by Jessica. You planned the fireworks? I plan everything. I know, it's one of the things I love about you. Honeymoon is 2 weeks in Japan. Jessica planned every detail. We explore Tokyo, Kyoto, eat amazing food, see beautiful temples. One evening we're in an onsen, relaxing. "Can I ask you something?" Jessica says. "Sure. Do you think we would have ended up together if high school never happened?" "Honestly, probably not. We were too different." "That's what I think too. We needed the hurt to grow into people who could love each other." That's a depressing thought. Or it's proof that everything happens for a reason. Since when are you philosophical? Since I married you. We spend the rest of the trip being tourists and newlyweds. It's perfect. Back to real life after the honeymoon. Work, bills, domestic routine. But it's our routine now. 5 years later, we're both VPs at the company. Bought a house in the suburbs. Talking about kids. Rachel's a director now, still emotional about everything. Dave's my best friend, Jessica's too somehow. Life is good. Sometimes I think about high school me, the arrogant kid who thought he was everything, who crushed a girl without thinking twice. I want to go back and shake him, tell him that kindness matters, tell him that the quiet girl he rejected will become the love of his life, tell him to be better. But I can't change the past. None of us can. We can only learn from it, grow from it, become better because of it. Jessica and I did that. Took our mess and made something beautiful. One Sunday morning, she's making coffee. I'm reading the paper. Domestic bliss. "I'm glad you rejected me," she says suddenly. "What?" "In high school, I'm glad you said no." That's a weird thing to say. If you'd said yes, we would have dated as teenagers, probably broken up, never reconnected. Fair point. But because you rejected me, because it hurt so much, I became driven, became successful, became someone who could stand up to you years later. She brings over the coffee. And you became someone humble enough to accept the consequences, to grow, to become worthy of a second chance. So our pain made us better? Our pain made us us. She kisses my forehead. I wouldn't change anything. Not even the torture months? Especially not the torture months. That's when you proved yourself. By surviving? By becoming someone worth loving. We sit together in our kitchen, coffee getting cold, newspaper forgotten. Just existing in this life we built from rejection and revenge and eventually love. It's not a fairy tale, it's better, it's real. My face when I rejected the nerdy girl in high school, and 10 years later she became my wife after making me earn her forgiveness. That feeling when you realize that sometimes the worst mistakes lead to the best outcomes if you're willing to grow from them.